Welcome everybody to today's video. That's right, episode 77. Time for another Diecast haul. We're going to start this off with some low-end stuff. We got some great stuff, I promise you. We got some really cool stuff today. Did pick up one of the Zamics for this year. This is, of course, the Mazda Auto Zam. Missed this one and then just randomly found one at a Walmart. So picked it up. Just, you know, nothing particularly fancy. We've seen that particular deco twice already on the Auto Zam. Looks pretty good. Just this one's just Zamic, obviously, instead of decoed up. Nothing particularly fancy. Of course, he doesn't fit in there, so I guess we'll just stick in there just temporarily on the side. Old school Hot Wheels Garage 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger. Just picked this one up as well. This one looks pretty good. Haven't had too many of the older Hot Wheels premiums. There was the Mopar mix, or at least the Mopars in the mix, back in the day. So we'll crack this one open. The orange one looks pretty good. The Real Riders are okay. Not a huge fan of that particular wheel. Not a big fan of the red line wheels either. But it's okay. It's okay. You know, and this was more of a budget line back in the day too. But it does have print on the back. Challenger RT, no print on the front, obviously, because it has side pass print. But again, you know, it was just a little bit more of a budget time, so we'll throw that guy right there. I got another older Hot Wheels Boulevard. I am not going to open this, I'm sorry, but I am definitely not going to open this. Vector W8 Twin Turbo, one and done casting. One and done casting. If you want to see this loose, you can always check out Lambert's blog, John Lambert. He's got this guy loose. But at this point in time, I'm not going to crack this open. But if I do crack this open, I will definitely do it right here on the channel. It says Vector on the side. Really cool casting. Really cool. I don't think anybody else has ever done that particular casting or that particular model as a diecast. But yeah, I just can't pull that one open. I can't do it. Can't do it. All right, Super Treasure Hunt. Yes, Super Treasure Hunt straight from Malaysia. This one looks okay. It's kind of a Spectre Flame Black, but it's not that great. I mean, the Super I thought was going to be pretty good. It does look pretty good. There's your Treasure Hunt logo right there on the back. I do like the big, you know, the big thick sidewall drags in the back. And, of course, little pizza cutters in the front. Your Corvette Gasser, it looks pretty good. It's not the best. I mean, it's okay. But I thought this was going to be one of the best Supers of the year, but it ends up just being a regular Super. That's going to be like G or H case, something like that. A couple, maybe even after H, maybe even a J case potentially. I've been looking for this one for a little bit. I'm a little bit disappointed because this card is like super minty. There's like no veins on it or anything. It's such a good quality card. This is from the Auburn and Cord Museum, Auburn, Cord and Duesenberg Museum, I should say. This is, of course, the 36 cord. This is a version I didn't have. I think this might be the only... There might be one more cord I don't have. But the card looks really good. But yes, we're going to crack this one open. Even though this one's definitely a little bit on the rarer side. So there is the cord. Yeah, it's acquired taste. Not everybody's going to be into pre-war era cars. But I like them. This one looks pretty good. This one is exclusive. So this was an exclusive deco for that. A little bit of silver print in the back here. White walls with the black color, which looks good. So we'll put him right there at the bottom. So just add into the cord fleet. It's just a super thick card too. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess they can say. All right, what do we got going on over here? I got an older Treasure Hunt too. 99 Treasure Hunt. This is the T-Bird Stalker. So I started collecting this particular casting. They didn't use this casting all that much, shockingly. But this is, of course, 99 Treasure Hunt. So we'll just go ahead and get that one cracked out. It looks average. It's okay. I mean, it looks like a NASCAR. It looks like a NASCAR should look. Number 12 on there, yellow interior. Not Real Riders, just basic wheels. Not even a metal base. It was a different era of Treasure Hunt back then. Casting's okay, though. Then, of course, it says T-Hunter on it because, of course, Treasure Hunter, obviously. So other than that, it's pretty average. There is potentially a name there on the top. Is that Is that Michael Heralda? I believe that's Michael Heralda. Very, very cool. I had no idea. I am pretty sure that's Michael Heralda's signature right there on the top of the door. But if I'm wrong, you guys can certainly comment. But I'm pretty sure that's his deco. And I'm pretty sure that's his signature. That is pretty cool. I didn't expect that. That's super, super cool. All right, I got a very, very cool Hot Wheels. Very rare. Very hard to find Hot Wheels. Yes, an F40. Any Hot Wheels F40 is really hard to find. This particular one is not the hardest one. It's not the most desirable one. But this one is definitely a pain in the butt. I did not pay $2. I paid a lot more than $2 for this. But that's what this originally was sold for at one point in time when this wasn't super, super in demand. So let's free this thing from its plastic cocoon. Because, of course. So this is for Auto Milestones. Nothing particularly fancy with Auto Milestones. They did do some pretty good castings with some pretty good decos and stuff. This one looks good with the two-piece wheels. Of course, it's totally Ferrari style. Looks good. A little bit of yellow paint there on the front quarter panel. Ferrari logo. It does have the Milestones on the top, which is unfortunate, but that's not that big a deal. Ferrari on the front looks good, and then it does have a little bit of print for the turn signals. And then no print in the back, though. No print on the back. Nothing like that, but this looks good. Of course, this has opening hatch. One of the only times that the hatch actually stays open, which is pretty shocking. And then there is the base deets for Thailand. We'll put that guy right on the top. I think that's important. Really nice to add another F40 to the mix. F40s are exactly easy to find, and most of them are extremely expensive. All right, old school, Back to the Future Premium. This is Pop Culture Premium, back when they were doing these half bubbles. I really wish they would have never changed the packaging. I think this was really cool packaging. But I didn't have this particular DeLorean. You know, we talked about in previous hauls, I really didn't have any premium DeLoreans. So came across this particular one. This one from Back to the Future 3. Of course, based on, you know, when they do the train. 50s and the train, I think. So it's kind of a hybrid. Does have the extra piece there on the hood. Extra power unit or whatever it was. I don't remember exactly. Red wheels with the white walls. Looks cool. Looks cool. DeLorean DMC logo there on the front, and then details on the back. Can't read the plate. It's just too grainy. But it's pretty cool. Mr. Fusion. Of course, good old Mr. Fusion. But other than that, just a pretty standard version. But I'm pretty happy to get that one. I didn't have, of course, any of them from Back to the Future 3, so that's always a good ad. Let's see what else we got going on here. We got some more Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels regular premium, 38 Dodge Airflow. This is Supergirl. Don't have this particular Dodge Airflow. This is the mix this came from. Ranchero, XGW, Flash Cider, Funny Car, Delivery. And of course, the Airflow right here, back when they were doing 6 cars in a release. So, it's a different era of Hot Wheels, too. This one looks pretty good, though. Just Dodge Airflow, nothing particularly fancy. You know, it doesn't have any print on the front. Again, more of a budget release back in the day. The overspray on that red doesn't look very good at all. The red line wheels on this one look okay just because it matches the model. It says Supergirl on the back, no taillight prints, though. And then just some print on this side. It's the exact same print on both sides, nothing particularly fancy. E23 date code on that particular guy. I'll throw him in there. Fits in there just fine. Just fine. All right, got a mail-in as well. 2014 Collector Edition. This is, of course, the 88 Jeep Wagoneer. The only Wagoneer I didn't have. So, glad to pick this one up. I got this from a friend through a trade. So, didn't have to buy this. I traded for it. Actually traded quite a bit of stuff and got a lot of the stuff you're looking at in this particular haul. So, this one looks pretty good. Always happy to crack open the mailaways and stuff. A little bit of print on the front. Details on the side look good. Of course, it says number 4 was the 4th mail-in of that year. That's how Hot Wheels does that. It's a thing. It's a thing. It works. But really cool casting. Really like that casting. Nice and beefy. And then, of course, the big, huge red wheels look pretty good on there as well. Got some Oddball stuff. Yes, Oddball stuff. Always good. Corgi Auto City. This is the Jaguar. This is the CJ6 or something like that. XJ6 or something like that. We'll get this cracked open. This is circa See if we have a copyright date on 1993 Mattel UK. So this is after Mattel acquired the, I guess, rights to Corgi, which I didn't think happened until 95 or 96. But regardless, there we go. There is our Jaguar XJR 12. So I was way off. Way off. But this one looks pretty good. Always like race cars. Wheels are terrible. This was a pretty cheap era of Corgi stuff. But it's still a cool casting, even though the wheels are terrible. And always happy to add another race car, especially something that's different. Definitely out of left field. Always like that as well. Ooh, old school Siku. Yes, Porsche 911 Cabrio number 0837. Old school Siku. Not super old school, but old school. I don't think they have a copyright date on here. And, of course, everything on the back is... there we go. There is some English on there. But this was probably sold in the States at the back in the day. So they did used to sell some Siku stuff here. So get this out of the blister. There we go. Take a look at that really cool base deet. Look at that. It gives you all kinds of information about the model. I don't think they do this anymore. They might still do this, but that was super, super cool. Just something cool back in the day for collectors to do. It doesn't say anything on manufacturing or whatever, but this was definitely highly unlikely still being made in Germany at this time. Details on the front look pretty good. Very interesting for the prints. Not quite full circles. I'm not really sure why they printed it like that, but kind of cool wheels. It's more of a Mercedes style wheel, but it looks okay. A little bit of basic print for the red taillights in the back, and then just a basic interior. It's a pinkish kind of color. Metal body, metal base, but it is a Porsche. So always happy to add another Porsche, especially when it's an odd brand, something different, not your mainstream stuff. Speaking of which, we have another Corgi here. This one is heavy diecast. It says on there. The number 139 Porsche Turbo. This is the casting that Hot Wheels made a lot of. Hot Wheels made a ton of these castings under the Hot Wheels brand after acquiring the rights to Corgi. There is the deets in the bottom. 1982 is where this casting originated from. I get a lot of crap all the time. People are always telling me that some of these Hot Wheels castings were not Corgi castings. This is 100% was moved to a Hot Wheels casting. 100%. It's the exact same casting. It's the same Porsche Carrera they did. They even did a final run for it. But this is where it started. This is the original OG version. Looks good. Stickers on it. A little bit of print for the headlights, but the side is sticker, top is sticker. Wheels are not the greatest, but in the 80s, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too shabby. The casting itself is not very good, but the rest of it's okay. I mean, the overall, I guess, stance is okay. If you kind of hold it kind of like this, it looks okay. But when you see how disproportionate it is from any other angle, it's just not as good. So for that guy, always happy to add more Porsche all the time, no matter what. Let's see here. We have a couple more Hot Wheels here. Oh, yes, the Simpsons. Yes, the Simpsons family camper. Now, I actually pulled one of these in a previous haul, but that one was the chrome wheel variation. I did not have the yellow wheel variation. So now I do have the yellow wheel variation, so we'll crack that one open. This is a sightseeing model, so never going to be able to see in through the back, through the camera, but you can see there is a little bit of a picture in there. You can't see the picture, but there's a picture in there. You would look through there, and it would show you basically the inside of the van. So kind of talked about this. The one that I had did not have a very good suspension. This one is perfect. Looking very, very good. So happy to add this Baja breaker to the mix with the variation of the yellow print wheels, the yellow CT wheels versus the chrome CT wheels. But there's one of the Simpsons models that's way more important than even that one. And that, of course, is the Combat Medic. Yes, I've been looking for this particular model for about 3 years. You know, you can always buy them on eBay. I talk about this all the time. You can buy everything on eBay. But, you know, I don't like to pay eBay prices, and I like to interact with people. So I like to buy this stuff from shows or vendors or, you know, just face-to-face kind of deals. So this actually, my buddy actually got this in a collection, and he was nice enough to make it available for me. So as you can see, there's a picture in there. This one's a little bit easier to tell that there's a picture in there just because the back is a little bit more visible because it's all plastic. But nuclear waste on the side, free delivery, driver home or Simpson. Really, really, really stoked to see this particular one and be just minty, brand new minty. You can find those in like dump bins, but they are just annihilated, just absolutely annihilated. Let's see here. I got 2 more Hot Wheels items. Actually, I got several Hot Wheels items, but we're gonna go for this one first. Yes, the latest Elite 64. Yes, Elite 64 Porsche 911 GT2 Evo 993. This is number 14 of the Elite 64 mix. I actually went through and threw away all of my Elite 64 cards that I've been holding on to for all the stuff that I've cracked. And I'm going to do the same with this. I have no intention on keeping this card. So, just going to pull that out of there. And then we're going to get the back off because it's a 2-piece blister. And then we'll be able to get the actual car out. Gentle at this point in time because now the car is loose. There we go. Get the packaging out of here. There is, of course, the really nice card art. It is pretty nice. I mean, it's Advan, which is, it's fine. But there is your Elite 993 GT2 Elite. It says number 83 on the side, Yokohama. Advan on the wheels looks pretty good. Some BBS style wheels looks good. Details on the back, the double stage wing Advan. Says 911 GT on the underside there. This is just an added on piece. It doesn't open up. So just wanted to make sure. Then, of course, the little tiny mirrors on the side. You got to be careful of those. Love the yellow tinted headlights. I just love that. It just looks super, super good. I think all race cars should do that. And the rest of the details look pretty good. Wheels roll very, very good. You can see the exhaust out the back. And then there is the base. We'll flip this around the correct way. So a couple of extra pieces just to kind of show off some suspension stuff, but it doesn't do anything. I do like the fact that it's got much wider tires in the back. That looks good. I mean, this is a good looking casting. It's all metal base, all that good stuff like that. It's pretty nice. I think the engine area is detailed up pretty well. There's a roll cage in there. Roll cage is a different piece, different color. So that looks pretty good. So is it the best? Elite 64? Don't get me wrong. I love me a Porsche, but no, I don't think that's better than that McLaren. The McLaren M6. I don't think any Elite 64 is going to top that. Just my opinion. All right, I got a couple of Matchbox before we move on to more Hot Wheels. Oh yes, Dinky toys. These were actually just in a random box of stuff that I got. So I was actually quite taken back that I got these. Clearly, I don't have anything like this in my collection. 1987 is the dates. Dinky toys and Matchbox. These are all exclusive. This, of course, is the Volkswagen Golf. These could be worth something, could not be worth something. Doesn't really matter to me. They are going in my personal collection. This one looks good. This is without any roof rack or pieces or anything like that. No surfboards, no nothing. No opening parts or anything like that. There's the deets in the back. Looks good. Golf embossed on there. It's got a trailer hitch. Made in Maku. This is a metal base as well. Looks good. Nothing fancy, but it's cool. It's different. I'll take it, especially anything Matchbox related. But I got one more, and I've actually been wanting this one for a really long time. This just happens to be one of the ones I got. The original Toyota Supra, the first generation Celica Supra, I think it is. I don't think it's an actual Supra proper. I think it's Celica Supra. So there is the deets on the car. It's going to have the license plate embossed on there. Color choice is very interesting. Very, very interesting. There is the base deets. It's just called the Toyota Supra, but I do think it's the Celica Supra. It says Toyota on the back, Supra on the hatch cover, which of course does open up. There you go. There is no window or nothing in it, but the hatch does open, which is nice. And of course it does have the universal 8-dot wheels. Looks good. Of course a little bit of suspension on there, Macau base. Really, really stoked about that one. Been looking for that one for a while. They didn't do too many decos of that particular era of Supra, so anytime I can find another one, I'm definitely going to roll with that and be happy with it. All right, I was digging in a box. I found a couple of Greenlights I never cracked. This one is actually from back in the Diz, 2017. So all the way back from 2017. This is an NYPD Dodge Charger Pursuit. Comes with the water slide decal sheet, so you can make whatever unit number you want. For whatever reason, I never ever opened this one. I've had this one for, what, 7 years, 8 years. Never cracked it open, so we'll just crack it open now. So I'll pull the charger out, and then of course the water slide decals. This comes with unit numbers and all that good stuff like that. Highway Patrol. So this is the actual water slide decal inside, but that's exactly what it was on the outside. So you just use a little bit of water, slide them on there, gives you instructions on how to do it. For good old water slide decals, I am not a fan of water slide decals, but it is what it is. So there is our base NYPD unmarked unit. Does have the push bar on the front, which is really cool. Little mini push bar, which is pretty rare. They really didn't use that piece hardly at all. Does have some NYPD plate details on there. It's not a particular, like actual plate. It just says NYPD, but it looks pretty good. And of course, this guy does have opening hood. I don't know if I'll be able to get the hood open. There we go. There is the Dietz, just a regular Hemi down in there, regular 5.7 Hemi, but not too shabby. Just throw that in there. And then there is the base Dietz right there. 2089 is, of course, the number for that particular Charger. So throw that up there. And then I found this guy. I had a chase. I had a chase for the Tahoe that I forgot I had from all the way back from series number 1, showroom floor series number 1. Red on maroon, obviously a Target chase, Target exclusive chase. So never did anything with this, but I do love me a Tahoe. So since I found this, we'll just crack it open, get it out of here, get it in the collection. We've already covered this specifically. Check that out on the Greenlight. There is the base Dietz. 613 is the number. Of course, it is the chase, red wheels with the red base. That is indicating a Target. So nothing particularly fancy, but I really do like the Tahoe. It's definitely one of my favorites. I got a regular Greenlight item. Yes, a regular Greenlight item, brand spanking new from good old Hobby Lobby. This is the latest issue of Greenlight Hollywood. This particular one, Series 13, Graveyard Cars. Of course, sorry about the glare right there. Got this one right here, 67 Dodge D200. 69 GTX, and of course a flatbed trailer with it all matching together. We'll go ahead and get this cracked open. This is probably one of the best details I've seen for the D200 truck. So I'm just going to cut this across. The blister's not exactly cooperating. There we go. Plastic out of here. Always doing it in real time. You know how we roll. So we'll pull this out of here, get the little protector plastic off, and then you see about moving these models out one by one. Get the truck out, get the ramps popped out of there, get the sticker off of there. I think they changed the ramps potentially. We'll leave the little screwdriver thingy in there, the trailer stand, because that just takes too much time. I don't want to bore you guys, but there is the flatbed trailer. Nothing particularly fancy. They've been making this trailer since the way back in the day. The axles are not that great. You see the wheels are pretty wonky. You just take the little ramp pieces. They snap in the little back here, and then you just kind of work them up. Just be a little bit gentle. Got to be, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't want to work. It just depends on if there's a bunch of plastic flash on the parts. So these particular ones don't want to cooperate. If you force them too much, you run the risk of you see this has a little bit of flash. Sorry about that. There's a little bit of flash in there. You can see it's keeping the ramp from going. Typical Greenlight quality issue, so we'll just put that there for now. Take a look at our 69 GTX in blue. Got GTX right there. Looks good. The blue is fantastic. This blue looks so good. It looks way better in person than it does on the camera. There is the Dietz on the front. It says Plymouth on the hood. Pretty good details. Some radial TAs on there. The prints are very, very nice. It's a casting that Greenlight's been making forever. You'd feel you're it would be impossible for them to screw up this, quality-wise, because they've been making it forever. Details under the hood looks good. Does have double barrel carburetor in there. Some pretty fancy details, and then there is the deets on the top of the hood, right there. It says 440. Oh, so I guess it's a 6-pack. Never mind. Details on the base. There you go. See if this one is numbered. It's etched in there. I don't particularly see a number, so they may have done away with the numbers for this particular release, but we'll put our GTX up at the top. I think we're going to put our Greenlights in there. Then there is our 67 D200. This one looks really, really good as well. This is probably the best this truck's ever looked as well. Little details on the quarter panel, Dodge 200. It's got matching wheels with those Kragers. Looking very, very good. Details on the front. Oh, look at that. It's got some black striping on there. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Details on the back says Dodge, of course. Taillights done up. And of course, this is graveyard car, so that's what the plate is. So you can't really see the plate from the back, but you can see the plate from the front. And then, of course, it does have an opening hood. This casting's been made for a very long time as well. So it looks pretty good. Nice big opening hood. Color looks fantastic. I'm really digging the color of this one. There is the base deets. This one does have a number on it, 1804. So 1804 for the truck. This, of course, is the long bed as well. So I don't know if the long bed will fit. So, oof. Just barely get the long bed in there. Okay. And then I got some more even oddball stuff. Efsi, EFSI, made in Holland. This one right here, Service Citroen. Really, really cool. Scale 168 die-cast models. Nothing on the back. Just blank on the back. Crack this open. Really cool model. Really cool looking model. I do like the wheels. It was different. It was different. Nothing particularly fancy. A little bit of light on the top. Trailer hitch on the back. Nothing fancy there. Service Citroen. Garage Central. Then there's a telephone number. The base is metal, but it's very basic. Looks good though. And of course, this side does have the opening door. So let's see if we can get that opened. There we go. Slide. Let's see here. Well, I'm not quite sure how the door slides. Let me see. Alright, that wasn't quite as difficult as I thought. I just needed to be a little bit more diligent with it. You can see the track there at the top. So it just kind of pulls out and then slides. It actually slid relatively easy. There's nothing on the inside though. It's just all hollow, all opened up. But it's cool. I mean, it has an opening door, which is pretty nice. So you just slide it back. There you go. Nothing fancy. So always like the weird different stuff. Always like to add the weird different stuff. But I have one more. But this is a truck. It's a big old truck right here. Looking super, super cool. This, I think this has been popped off the blister at one point in time, but it doesn't really matter to me. It still has all the little blister pops on the top. Stop code, it says EFSI Toys Bulk Transport triple axle tanker. So I think this has been re-glued or re-taped to this blister. It just looks like that, but it doesn't matter to me because it's cracking it open anyways. So we'll get the truck separated. There is your Volvo cab. It's pretty basic. Details are pretty basic. There is no interior in it, but it does have a metal base. Of course, it's 187 HO scale. EFSI Holland. Looks pretty good. I mean, the whole base is the base. Like, it is the base. You can see the axles pressed into there. And then this is your axle here. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's got a little pivot point in there, so you get a little bit of kind of suspension action. Bulk transport that is printed. It's not a sticker. The trailer is all plastic, except for the blue. The blue is metal. Everything else is plastic. It's a very interesting looking trailer. This has got to be a Euro trailer because it just looks super, super weird. There is the little hitch in there. You turn it around. Of course, it'll stay in there with no problemos. So there's our bulk transport. I think we're going to move the trailer off of here. We'll just kind of put the bulk transport here. There we go. All right, I got one more convoy, and then I got a couple more things. Yes, check that out. You know, it's funny because if you guys watch John Lambert, is the Lamely Group, he is getting big time into vintage stuff all of a sudden. And he actually purchased a bunch of steering rigs. And it's a new thing for him. It's fine. I can guarantee you he's spending huge money to get some of the stuff. But there are a lot of us who have been collecting super or steering rigs for quite some time. So this particular one is the grain hauler. Looks pretty good. That is your GMC cab. Of course, Hong Kong base on there. The rubber little add-on pieces there because, of course, it's a steering rig. That's where the steering apparatus goes in. This model is a little bit dirty, but it's actually mint. It's not chipped up. You can see. Actually, there's a little chip right there. So I guess it's not mint, but it's about as close to mint as you can get. It just needs a little bit of a bath. And then there is the trailer right there. That is a print on the side. It's a crooked print, but it's a print. Nice brilliance on the metal base, of course. And then when you steer the steering on the top, you see the actuator right there. They all work the same. Rubber tires in the back so you can get friction. Holds dirt in there, but of course you can never dump the dirt out. This one also just needs to be cleaned up. But the grain hauler is definitely one of the rarer side. It's certainly not the rarest by any means, but it's definitely a pretty rare one. So you just put them in the side here. And you just steer this and it moves the truck. So anybody who's done anything with steering rigs knows exactly how they work, and they work very, very well. They are very, very nice. The steering pieces out here can be taken out. Sometimes people lose those. They don't have those. And that kind of makes it difficult for the trucks as well. But really, really happy to add a steering rig. That's a pretty rare pickup. I only have like maybe six steering rigs in my collection because they're not easy to find. I average about one about every 7 months since I started collecting. So it's been about 5 or 6 years I've been collecting steering rigs. All right, very last thing we have on the schedule, of course, is monster trucks, because this would not be a diecast haul without some monster trucks. This is a very, very new release. That is the entire release right there. We do have the entire top row. The other one that I don't have is the Wienermobile, but that's also new. So those 5 are brand new for this case. These 3 are reissues, carry forwards, however you want to put it. But we'll still kick it off with this one. Of course, the 50th anniversary Bigfoot. So this one is different than the 2 or 3 that we've already seen on the channel thus far. So we'll get this out of here. This one comes with the green station wagon, by the way. There is the F-150 Bigfoot. It is very, very similar to the Target one that comes with the gold chassis and all that stuff and the gold interior. It's a similar paint job. It's also a similar paint job to the one that came in the Trophy Series. But there's differences between all of them. So this one's brand spanking new. Looks pretty good. Details in the back. It's got Summit on it. It's kind of Spectraflame kind of paint. It's definitely way shinier than normal. So we'll just kind of throw that one right there. Next one up, this is a brand new deco for an existing casting as well. The Poison Pinto. Looking pretty good. So this was a new casting last year and debuted, had a chase last year, which was kind of like a Zamek version. This one comes with the off-road buggy in yellow. So there is our Poison Pinto. This is number 25 on the side. Looks cool. I like the blue wheels. Orange chassis on this one. Print on the back says Poison Pinto. Some print on the top. The red, orange, and yellow looks good. Of course, a bazillions of like sponsors and names and everybody who worked on it for the most part. This and that and this and that. Red window looks really, really good as well. And then deets on the other side are exactly the same. We'll just park that on top of our super rig. But we do have a couple of brand spanking new castings in this mix. Yes, brand spanking new casting right here. This is the Ramblin' Wrecker. Yes, Ramblin' Wrecker from back in the Redline era. Towards the end of the Redline era into the Blackwall era. The Ramblin' Wrecker, which I do believe was designed by Larry Woods himself, which is now back in action as a monster truck. Comes with the station wagon in orange, so get that one out of there. There is our Ramblin' Wrecker. Of course, it does have that iconic 2 giant headlights in the front. Looks good. A big 8-stack of inlets for the blower, which is kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Kind of different. Details look like a monster truck. Looks like a tow truck. Looks a little bit like everything. It says Hot Wheels MT, Hot Wheels Monster Truck Towing. It says recovery and transport. Monster trucks on the side. The tow hitch is not actually really a tow hitch. You can't really tow anything with this. It's just a piece of plastic, which is fine. It does have a hitch on the base right here too, but that doesn't work either. It's just for looks. It's not meant to actually tow anything, but I like it. Anytime we get a new casting in monster trucks, I will take it. But this is probably going to be my new favorite monster truck because this thing is just super cool. It's called the Lil Holland 64. It is a flatbed hauler monster truck. We'll get this guy out of here. The monster truck out of here. The plastic out of here. This one comes with the coupe in red. I really hate these things. I really hate those little crush cars. There is our Holland 64. It says Lil Holland 64 on the side. I always hate that word because even if you say Lil, it still sounds like you're saying little. They both sound the exact same. It just drives me nuts. All the orange you see is plastic. All this kind of bluish purple kind of color is metal. It's pretty cool in the front. They also make this in 1/24 scale. So if you want to get this casting, you can get one in 1/24 scale as well. But this one looks pretty good. This is a little Holland 64 on the top. Some details on there. There's actually lights embossed on it. They're just kind of printed up. Orange window. Looks pretty good. The range of motion, everything works. It doesn't tilt or do anything like that, but it does have a setup to carry a car in the back. So if you wanted to carry a model in the back, of course you just put the model in there. There you go. It carries it just fine. That's actually super cool. Super cool. It actually gives it a lot of play value, even though, you know, as adult collectors we could care less about the play value, but that is a pretty cool feature. It's pretty cool. You can tow other Hot Wheels around, and then you can put this one in top of the 1/24 scale, and then you can have kind of a little bit of a Hot Wheels Holland inception. So there you go. That is Diecast Haul episode 777s. I told you it was a good one. Real good mix. Real good, just smorgasbord of stuff like always. Let me know what you guys think about those. Let me know if you have a favorite or if you don't. But I think it's a pretty good haul, and always happy to get a super varied haul like that to bring to you guys. I just feel like it hits everybody better. But anyways, drop a comment. Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate every single one of you guys who watch my videos. You guys are awesome. Diecast all the time here at Level M. Peace.